Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video we are gonna talk about the season 5 changes for Cody. Cody of course is my favorite character in Street Fighter, so I am quite excited to talk about what changes with him and what he got new in this season. Now Cody, in my opinion, just something to touch on, is a character who will have very interesting relationship with V Shift, because I do think it's gonna directly nerf his V Trigger 2, which is unfortunate because in V Trigger 2 Cody relies a lot on setups like these, on command grabs of course, and most of that is gonna get weaker with the V Shift. But also he himself lack defensive options, so it could be interesting. We'll have to play it out and see if what was taken is worth what we are given, right? So, but first let's check out the character changes. Cody, the first change for Cody is his standing heavy punch. This is a change that I kinda wanted, but not directly. Cody's standing heavy punch hits twice, as you see. Now, usually what was in the previous season was that the first hit was special cancelable, so you could only special cancel out of the first hit, right? Which was fine, but what they did this season is that the second hit is also special cancelable. So you can do the two hits and then special cancel. This is pretty nice because this means that if your opponent, for example, jumped in on you, or let's just make this neutral jump, regardless of which hit you got, you can actually cancel into the tornado sweep and kinda meaty him here. So this is pretty nice. As you can see, you do actually get some nice traps with this one now. So that is really good. He also does a lot of damage in combos now. Like for example, you can just do one normal jump in, do the two hits, and then cancel into EX Ruffian, and that is doing insane damage. That's really high damage. This is actually even more damage than doing his bread and butter combo, right? So if we did like the simple bread and butter combo, that is doing 350, so you're almost doing the same damage. One thing that is kinda, it's kinda sad, but I get why they did it, is that you don't get the two hits from the standing medium kick. So this is normally the bread and butter, right? But the second hit doesn't link here. But there is something that is really cool, and that is if you happen to land the crouching medium punch, you do actually get both of them. So this actually links. So if you happen to land the crouching medium punch as a meaty, you can get the multiple hits, and this is really good. Other thing that is superb about this is that Cody can actually cover both knockdowns after EX Zonk with standing heavy punch. This is one of the main benefits of standing heavy punch, so allow me to show you what I mean. Here Seth will wake up with his 3 frame, right? Typically after an EX Zonk, Cody have to dash and check out either wake up timings, but with this one, this is for back rise or this is for quick rise, and if your opponent happen to back rise, Cody also gets meaty. So after EX Zonk, Cody can now dash twice and standing heavy punch, and this will meaty both rises. So this is a really cool change for Cody. I like it a lot. Now his other change is a buff to his standing medium kick. They reduce the hurt box at his feet. So this is now an even better poke. It was already a really good poke, but now it is even better. So this is nice, right? Standing medium kick is one of Cody's best pokes to begin with, so reducing the hurt box is really good. Now the third change is, it's kinda like what happened to Akuma, the crouching medium punch projectile invincibility thing. I'm not sure what this means or what it actually does. But I know, I don't know. I don't know what, maybe it's better against projectiles, this is what I get out of it, but I'm honestly not that sure. The other change that Cody got is to his crouching light kick rapid cancel. Basically, if you do this, it have less pushback, right? So this have more range, pretty much. Yeah, this will work from more ranges because there is less pushback on the crouching light kick. So this is gonna work from more distances, which is good, right? Cody actually needs that, in my opinion. So that is a good change. The other one is change to his forward heavy kick. Now when the first hit as a counter hit, usually out of the forward heavy kick, when you hit it like that, you just hit confirm to the B skill, right? Like this is what we usually do. but now when the first hit as a counter hit, you are +4, right? So at +4, you can actually get a jab into like maybe medium kick ruffian, or maybe you're holding like an EX Zonk, for example. So these are some new combo possibilities, which is cool. If you put 2 and 2 together, now you are getting somewhere, right? So this is a cool change. I don't know if it's gonna buff him that much, but it is a buff, right? Like him getting a crouching jab after the forward heavy kick on a counter hit, it is a buff. Now this change is kind of crazy. It is good and yeah, no, it is good, but I hope that it is as good as it sounds. What they did is that they made his bad spray a lot better. You know, the wake up dust. If you notice previously, on a counter hit, Cody would get a jab target combo, right? Now, if you notice, Cody is +7 on counter hit. This means that Cody now get a bread and butter. So if I wake up with my bad spray and it happened to counter hit, he actually get full combos now. So this is like a proper 3-frame counter hit move, right? Which is really, really good. Before you will only get target combo, but now you actually get full combos. And even if you happen to not hit it, for example, if it didn't hit as a counter hit, which is very weird because typically 99% of the time this is gonna be a counter, you still at least get a light kick ruffian. So let me show you what happened if you don't land the counter. Even if you don't land the counter, you get light kick into medium kick ruffian. So this is a very big deal in my opinion. It's nice. The issue is that the bad spray is very reactable, so you're not gonna get away with this versus better players, but it is a buff nonetheless, right? The second change that he got is to his air target combo. The second hit of the air target combo, Cody of course has a target combo, which is the jumping medium kick, light kick. The second hit now hits as a cross up as well. So this is really good. This is gonna add up to his damage output. This is gonna increase his damage output pretty much, which is nice. Like it is not bad, and you get to break armor. You kinda can feint with this or like mess up with the rhythm or something. So it is a nice quality of life change. I don't know if it changes that much or if it is that significant. Maybe we will find some setups for it. But for right now, it seems like a cool change that it's alright. It's alright. The changes next are to his ruffian. The medium kick ruffian, they extended the hitbox a little bit, which is nice. I mean, that's okay. It also have more proximity block, which is fine, I guess. And they also added the hurt box. So it have a better hitbox and a worse hurtbox, which is, you know. So basically, it is easier to hit it, but it's also easier to hit Cody out of it. I think from the previous season this would have whiffed, but now it is connecting, so that's fine. I mean, it's a cool change, but I don't know if it's gonna mean that much. It's not a move that we throw out in the neutral that much anyways. Now, the upcoming changes are really interesting, and I like them a lot actually. What Capcom did is that they changed his fireball. Cody's tornado sweep, they made the light faster, so you notice that the light is actually faster, it travels faster, and on hit it is +2 now instead of -2. This was -2 point blank, now it is +2, so that's really, really nice. And his faster fireball is kinda nice. He kinda needs it. It doesn't travel like it doesn't travel more distance. It still travels the same distance and dissipates, but it travels faster, which is fine. That is for the light. The medium gets the -2 +2 thing. So this was neutral. Now it's +2 as well. So that is nice, and it goes a little bit further as well. I think the medium goes the same distance as the light now. The medium used to, the medium used to disappear a little bit shorter than that, but now it travels a little bit more, so that is nice. And of course, they are saying that they reduce the head back. I'm not sure what that even means, but the medium travels longer. That's pretty much the gist of it. The heavy one is actually really interesting because the heavy one now travels slower. So the heavy one travels slower and the light travel faster. So it's an interesting change, I think. Should be interesting. I want to know what this will actually entail. And it seems like now you do get this as a consistent combo, right? Which wasn't the case before. So that's really, really nice. Now, at least from some distance, you get to land this consistently, which is really nice. Like, this is what we want. We want more Cody stuff. Although you do actually, of course, get the EX Ruffian here. So maybe if you want some decent meterless damage, you can go for the medium tornado to the medium ruffian combo. This seems like a really nice quality of life buff. You know, we will take all that we can get, right? Cody gang. The EX tornado sweep, they says that they lower the combo count, so I think this means that you can juggle after it. I think, but I'm not sure how this actually translates. But yeah, I think pretty much this is what's happening. Because before we had to EX Zonk here. Like you had to EX Zonk in this instant. But now he gets to do Ruffian. It's gonna be hard to time this. Like this is what we used to do. But now Cody gets Ruffians, which is nice, right? So this is also a quality of life buff. I like it a lot. Now the upcoming changes are very weird and interesting. They're actually really interesting. So they buffed his level 2 Zonk by a lot, and they buffed the EX level 2 Zonk by a lot. Typically on a counter hit with Cody, if you happen to land this as a, but I don't know how can I get it to hit airborne. Let's have him jump. So basically, after if this happened to hit in the mid-air, pretty much you can juggle with it. So let's check it. It's gonna be hard to get this to land. But if you happen to like hit the crouching heavy punch as a crush counter, it's gonna happen when you're backdashing. It's gonna be hard to get this to work right. Basically, this juggles now if you happen to land the level 2 Zonk. It's gonna be hard to get this to combo right, I think. But yeah, you get the idea. Like now you can do the crouching. I'm gonna try it one more time. But you get the crouching heavy punch into level 2 Zonk. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get this to land. But I really want to show it to you guys. This is pretty much what you get now. So it's pretty cool. This is a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool juggle because you will hit the crouching heavy punch. It will hit a lot of opponents when they are trying to backdash. So you're gonna get the mid-air hit. So getting better conversions out of the Zonk is really nice. The upcoming change is crazy though, and it is that after an EX level 2 Zonk, you get to combo a heavy kick ruffian. So this is very good because if you have V-Trigger 2 on, so let's for example have V-Trigger 2 on. Check out this damage output. Check out this damage output. So not only do you get to land the heavy kick ruffian, if you happen to land it near the corner, it will actually juggle them high enough to get a follow-up medium kick ruffian. That is crazy damage. That is very high damage output. Which is interesting, right? That is really cool. I don't know how practical this is gonna be, but at least getting the level 2 Zonk, even mid-screen, into heavy kick ruffian, that's a good change, right? Like even getting this is more damage and you still get the Oki, right? So this is pretty nice. Next, they kinda buffed his V reversal. It have less, you know, that's kind of a nerf actually. They reduced the pushback on block, so you are closer to your opponent on a V reversal. It's not a big deal, no one's gonna use V reversals anyways, it seems. The other changes are to his V-Trigger 1. V-Trigger 1 got a lot of changes actually, and seems like Capcom really wants us to use V-Trigger 1. Basically, what happened is you get 3 rapid slashes now. This used to deplete in 2, but now notice the bar, it consumes less V-Gauge, so you get 3 of them now, which is really cool, right? It's a cool attack, and the normals of the knife are actually really good. The Oki is a little bit worse here, but you know, you get to use it 3 times, which is nice. So this is the first buff. The second buff is to the standing medium and crouching medium punches. This now have, both of them have better hitboxes. So this kind of works with the rapid slash. More hitbox and more opportunities to use them pretty much, right? And also the rapid slash have less pushback on block. So for example, you get to do that and then you are almost on throw range, right? You still, it's kind of like an EX Zonk situation, but you are a little bit closer to them, and you know, of course, you can check them with a crouching light kick, crouching light punch anyway. So that is nice. They also buffed his knife shot. It is the knife toss. This actually, it's 1 frame faster now. I don't know what big of a difference that make, but you know, it's fine. It's pretty much fine. The final change that Cody got is to his CA. They made it that he have more projectile invincibility. Basically, when you use it to go through projectiles, you're not gonna get hit anymore. So that is really, really good. So as long as the tornado is out, you cannot get hit by fireballs. So that is really, really good. My verdict overall is that Cody got buffed. I think he got buffed, but I don't know if these are the buffs that he needed. There is one final thing that he got, I forgot to mention that actually, and it have to do with his V-Trigger 2. His command grab basically does it does 10 more damage, which is fine, I guess. 10 more damage is not bad at all, but it does 10 more damage, which is nice, quality of life change. Overall, I'm not sure how to feel about Cody, because like I said earlier, I do think the V-Shift mechanic will hurt the V-Shift will hurt his V-Trigger 2 a lot, but the V-Trigger 2 is still really good for a 2 bars V-Trigger. If you happen to land level 2 EX Zonk now, you're pretty much killing your opponent, so that is really, really fantastic. Like, let's check out the damage one more time. Because it is pretty ridiculous in all honesty. Like, that is 463, that's crazy high damage. So overall, I think he's buffed. I'm not sure how V-Shift will play out with Cody. I have my concerns, but we will wait and see. And I'm also not sure, honestly, that he buffed. I'm not sure he got buffed in the way that he really needed. But we will see. We'll have to wait it out and see. But of course, obviously, he got buffed. I just hope that it is gonna be enough for him to be much more significant in the game meta. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment. It helps the channel so much. Please consider joining the Discord server below and consider supporting me on Patreon if you like this content. Thank you very much for watching and stay safe.